Here we are.
What is up, man?
I caught you mid sip.
I was trying to sneak it in before we went live, or
okay.
at least we brought the screens back. I was drinking while we were live, and no one knew.
It's okay. It is 1 o'clock on a Tuesday, and I'm still drinking coffee. I've yet to drink anything but coffee today.
How do we know that's really coffee?
I
want to see a gap between the cup and.
Oh hell no! Listen, my neck's already weak. I don't want to drip any on my neck and burn a hole through it. Dude, so what's going on, man? It's Tuesday. It's 1 o'clock.
It is 1 o'clock.
This is new. This is
I've got
new
a wreck behind me. I'm in the process of rearranging some stuff.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It's looking good. Looks like what you got stuff hanging on some wood. You got
it's like this weird shelf back here, and I don't know. It was there before I got here.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't like it, so that's why I try to hide it. But now everything's out.
Dude, it's looking good. I see the vision. It's looking
right.
Good. It's looking. At least you have a background. I have my back kitchen wall thing. With like
sometimes I feel like that's okay though. Like I feel like what I have is not okay.
Yeah,
I mean, work. Sometimes this is work, my friend.
It's okay. It's okay. That's good. It's not framed well, but it works. It works.
I don't know, dude. I didn't do it. I swear, I didn't do it. I don't know. No. So before we get into everything today, Joe, talk to us about Bass Assassin. What do we got going on?
Dude, we got Skunk Apes off at 15% off right now. And I'm about to hold you, Skunk Apes. I'm about to hold up a color for you guys right now that does not do justice. Me and Andrew are both holding it up.
This thing.
One side. Look, this is the same lure, and these are different sides of that lure.
Oh yeah.
Right? Right. And let me tell you guys, this is not doing it justice. There's a transparency about it that, you know what? Let me try something that's never been done before. Yeah. Does it work?
No, it's just blinding me.
It's just blinding the viewers.
But would you stop doing that?
Yeah. Okay. Either way, very transparent. You got like a watermelon seed on one side, and then you got your black with a blue flake on the other. Great. Yeah, dude. Okeechobee, Kissimmee, any of the waters that look like that. I'm sure all the Kissimmee chains will hit good. Central Florida guys.
Right here are two other good ones. I've got one on a jig.
Which one do you got? Oh yeah, is that the Hillbilly?
That's the Hillbilly, and then we got.
Oh,
just money. I mean,
is that
I'm excited. They're in my room because I obviously don't fish enough. So to answer your question, Ernest, yeah, all I do is work.
Yeah, Ernest, you know this. That's all we do. That's all Andrew does. That's all I do.
Yeah,
we don't fish enough, not anymore. But they are 15% off right now. You gotta get them. If you're fishing in Florida right now and you're flipping, you gotta get them.
It is a fact. What's going on, Dave? Weird to see you on the other side.
Yeah, we're gonna talk to old Dave later.
Yeah.
Right now, Dave needs to work.
Yeah, Dave's got some stuff going on tonight. We've got a guest that he knows pretty well.
Oh yeah.
So let's get into it, man. This is not an easy topic to talk about.
No, it's touchy.
There's going to be a lot of people with opinions about this.
Yeah, emotions, opinions.
That's the best way to say it. Yeah. So ultimately, I mean, what we're breaking into and kind of kicking off our series with, which is, I don't know if it's the greatest idea in the world, but we're doing it anyway because we can. Is spraying. Yes, Dave, that water bowl with Skunk Ape did look good. I'll say it. It did look good. I don't want to say it, but I will say it.
I'll say it.
Skunk Ape looked great. Skunk Ape looked great. No. Oh. So spraying, aquatic vegetation management. I feel like there's better ways they can go about it. I feel like there's things they could do differently and not be as destructive and invasive as they're claiming the vegetation is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's very impactful on a lot of levels. Mm-hmm. Let me just say that, for freshwater guys, for saltwater guys, dude, for like bird watchers, I understand recently here, Bird Island on Kissimmee got just destroyed.
Blasted,
bro. I don't even know what it looks like. I don't even want to know what it looks like. It's very sad to see it go down.
It was like an oasis of just brown death.
Yeah, and it's nasty. Like, it smells bad. It looks bad. There's nothing around it. There's no tadpoles. There's no minnows. There's no birds. It's just like barren. Like, what? Like, it's just straight.
I mean, you destroy everything like the home of everything that forages there. Why would they stay? I mean, they got to go somewhere, and if they can't go fast enough, what happens to them?
Yeah, like, dude, I don't know. I mean, and everybody, I see a lot of pictures of guys with fish with deformities and like the zombie fish and stuff, and I've seen them. I've noticed it.
You've experienced it. I mean,
there was that one guy.
Last few months.
Right there was. I think I told you and Dave off air that one night about the guy that went behind somebody who was spraying. He went in for his lure or something, and he came back and he had like 3rd-degree burns, and he ended up in the hospital.
No.
Yeah, and apparently it was linked to the actual chemical in the spray. So
it's like too concentrated. They're not.
Right.
Was that so? I've heard and I've of basically dumping the canisters or the drums when they don't finish. I mean, do you think that was a scenario like that where there was like a heavier concentration in one area, or do you think that was just from the actual spray itself? Because if it's from the actual spray, that's wild.
Well, then think about this. What if, say, everything was on the up and up, and they diluted it properly and the ratios were correct, and it still caused that? Like, even on the best case scenario that everything was done properly on the regulation side of it, or regulation side of it, that man still got burned. Hospital said, yeah, it's because of whatever chemical you touched, and he just so happened to be going behind somebody spraying, right?
Right.
So I don't know. Like, and then is it like an immediate thing? Because here's the thing: the guy fished the rest of the day, fine. Woke up the next day and was like, like his hand was eating off.
Had no idea. So it wasn't like he like stuck it in and it burned. It's not like
he wasn't like like acid. It was more like
poison ivy, where it catches you the next day.
Yeah, and he woke up and it was blistered and swollen, and next thing you know, his skin's coming off. So it's got to be damaging to fish and wildlife. Has to be.
Oh no, without a doubt. I mean, without a doubt.
What do you think are better options, man? I mean, we've all seen the big like grass rake things.
Yeah, I mean,
what's wrong with that? Like, it cannot be that much more costly to put fuel in that than it is to buy these chemicals, right?
I think at the level of, I mean, I know people that are building airboats and things in their backyards. I know it's expensive, but it's not as expensive as hydraulic machinery and things like that. So I don't know, but I mean, they've got their schedule online at fwc.com or on FWC's website, whatever it is. And you can go and you can type in your body of water and you can figure out when they're spraying. And they started Okeechobee yesterday, and it's going till like the 25th, along with like Toho and a few other, like a lot of the other southern water areas. Like, why can't they schedule this and like literally just alienate the quote unquote floating debris that they're after? It's supposed to be like free floating debris that they want to stop obstructing the channels and things like that. So how do we make that make sense where you can say, okay, I'm only going to get this. The only way you can do that is mechanically removing it, because if you spray it, it's going to get
killed
through the water.
Yeah, the Roundup effect. Like, you can't just spray Roundup and kill the weeds. And when there's weeds in the grass, like, your grass is going to die. Like, I don't know. To me, I think there's definitely opportunity to do this a better way, for sure. I'm not saying I know what the answer is, and I don't know what the numbers are. For all I know, it's extremely expensive to run those machines. I don't know, But the way I'm thinking is 2021. Like, there's got to be a better freaking way than chemical, right?
There's a lot of private companies that do like pond management and things like that for vegetation removal. I mean, give them all a quarter and have the state fund them. Because you're funding a small business rather than a state agency,
right? That's what I was thinking. Like, maybe like spread that
live. I mean,
spread it across the world. Like, there's so many companies, and as I was looking, obviously we had to get a thumbnail going. I was looking through some things, and what I found, not odd, but I didn't know. I guess I didn't have an idea of how many aquatic vegetation removal companies there are.
Mm-hmm.
And most of them are, one of their big selling points is non-chemical aquatic vegetation removal, right? Like you said, spread the freaking wealth, man. I mean, I know you're putting money in gas and you're putting money into getting these chemicals, right?
Yeah.
Put it back into the state for these local businesses, break them off a piece of Okeechobee or whatever you're trying to clear. And dude, like you said, it'll fund the state, it'll fund business and
well, let's be honest. Look how they regulate like diesel and like any kind of fuel dumping or anything like that, oil dumping. Like, why are they're against that? Because the aquifers, Florida floats pretty much. Why would they not be against purposely putting something in there to kill a small percentage, if you ask me, of the vegetation we need in the water?
Yeah, and then there's that fact. Like, why are we even removing it? I get it. It needs to be navigable, right? But we were just talking there too. What about I got lakes here that ain't 10 acres, 10, 15 acres. Why do I see 2 airboats in there dumping tubs of chemical? Like, what the heck are you doing? Like, what's the purpose there, right? No one's navigating any locks or anything. Nobody on the lake cares. Some of these lakes, there's not even a house on.
No, the problem is there's someone on that lake that cares. There's absolutely someone on that lake that cares if they're there spraying it. And I don't know. You've got to have some form of
sense
boundary for this.
Yeah, like sense, right?
Like vote for it or something,
Yeah. How did this get away? Like, how are they doing this? Like, what? It's one of those things. Like, how is this happening? Like, and it's still going on. Like, I really don't get it.
I don't know.
It's very, very sad. I hate seeing it, man.
We want to hear what everybody has to say. And, if you have any insight on anything that we've talked about as far as like the machinery to run it, the cost of everything, how it's basically
set up, or like, why is it scheduled the way it's scheduled? Like like what's the purpose of their scheduling how it is? Like, I didn't know it was like, and then here's my man, like, and I don't know, like, I don't know how do the guys that are actually pulling the trigger on that spray gun feel? Like, what are their thoughts on it? Do some of them go there like, I can't believe I'm doing this, or are they like, yeah, this is the right way, here's why, and they have like this huge wealth of knowledge that none of us are really able to know? Like, like, God, could you imagine being that guy on that boat? Like, I would feel very scared.
Dude, I can't tell you how many of them get followed around here on the St. Johns River, on Lake George.
Yeah.
And when they come up the canal systems, dude, they're just spraying the seawalls right at it. I used to live in Astor on the canal, and once every few months there'd be an airboat coming down just spraying. Just
all kind of stuff, right?
Just spraying.
Yeah. Do they have training in this? Like, what about the ones that, like you said, are just spraying random stuff like oak trees and like cypress? Like, what's that all about, right?
It's just nuts to me.
Got a lot of grass talking. You see 10 feet down. Oh,
that's good. Don't tell anybody the name of it.
Yeah, please don't even mention it. Just save it. Send me the information.
Yeah, I would like coordinates.
Yeah, this will be a good drop shot. Like,
especially I've got techniques I've got to try.
Yeah, he's got some Florida drop shot rigs set up that we're going to testify with here pretty soon. I seen your little rig, man. It makes sense. It makes sense. It's like a quick it's like a quick drop shot rig almost.
I honestly couldn't tell you if it's quicker than actually tying a drop shot rig.
Probably not, but it seems like it is. Well, I forgot.
To me, it's cool because it gives it a little bit of play the opposite direction. And your hook just free spins all the way around. So you don't have to worry about anything, your line twist or nothing.
Gotcha. That's what I was thinking, because it's one solid piece, how you got it figured out.
Right. Dave will learn one day.
There's like a Carolina rig that you can kind of do like that with pegs. Same principle, you just put 2 pegs up front, 2 pegs on the bottom of your fluoro, whatever, pound fluoro you're throwing. Drop that weight in the middle, drop a little clacker on it, and you essentially move up your Texas rig up the line, and then you have a free worm.
Do you think that if I use 2 pegs above and 2 pegs below, that it would be better?
I don't know.
Is that why they run 2 on the Carolina rig?
I have no clue.
God, I'm going to have an expensive peg order.
Yeah. I need 9,000 pegs. No,
Come on, JB.
well, they're
I
cheap.
need some pegs.
I mean, they're cheap. I mean, that's the good thing about them. Apparently, the peg plastic is still in stock everywhere.
Man.
Just
Stop.
listen.
Listen, Dave, this ain't about you. That's why
Yeah.
you're not in this one right now.
Yeah, this is about uniqueness.
Yeah, no. I'm a peacock. You got to let me fly, okay?
No, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't drop shot much. I don't drop shot much. That being said, I know guys that are out here doing it and smashing big fish on it with proper drop shot tying and rigs, you know. Yours will work, man. Yours clearly worked.
Well, I mean, the biggest fish I've caught is about 3, somewhere in there, like 3.5.
Yeah, imagine sticking like a 9, dude.
I don't think I could catch it. I don't think it would hold. Not the way that I have it set up. But with that being said, I know, I don't know. I gotta take the time and learn the drop shot knots and all that stuff. And I know for a fact I can't stand the pinch weight drop shot weights. I've lost like 6 of them in the last 2 days.
Really?
Yeah, dude, they just freaking fly. I actually ran out last night.
What?
And I didn't catch anything last night, but I went out and I ran out of my flat out order should be here soon. It shipped yesterday, I think. Okay. But I ran out of drop shot weights, so I literally.
What'd you do?
Dave's gonna shake his head. I literally took a bullet weight and tied the line like 15 times below it, just not big enough where it wouldn't slide through. It worked. I did catch one after that. I caught one tiny one, but listen, Ernest, I'm not ready for glide baits. I don't know if you know this about me.
He's not Ernest. Ernest knows. I know why he's saying that. Me and Ernest got on a sick glide bait bike on this random lake. Not a random lake. It's a good lake down here, but nobody knows to throw glide. Like I'm talking about glide baits. Like
what's a glide bait setup that you would throw it on? Like, and what size glide bait are we talking? Like 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16? I know they get huge.
I want to say the ones we were throwing were, I would consider a smaller one. I think it's around 6 inches.
Yeah.
But I've went back to this same lake I got one that's 12 inches and it's a shad. I think it's a Matt Lures shad. I paid a lot of money for it and got the same response. I went in at the wrong time of the day, but I got huge follows. I know I can get them to commit if I figure it out a little bit better. But right now I have an 8-foot, I want to say heavy rod with like a faster tip, like fast to moderate tip. So it has a lot of load on it.
Yeah.
But a lot of backbone as well. So I throw it on that with I prefer a faster reel. I feel like I could always slow down, but I can't, if I got a 6.3-1 or like a 6-1, I can't, you can always crank so fast. You know what I mean? I know a lot of guys tend to throw them on slower gear ratio reels, but I prefer the higher gear ratio reels. I can calm myself down and throw it slower or reel.
Can you calm yourself down though? You think if you caught one like that was like legit, do you think you would be able to calm yourself down? Yeah.
The craziest part is you see them like come out and they're just like behind you. Like you get a lot of follows. It's a lot of heartbreaks with the big glide baits. But man, Ernest, I got to give it to Ernest, man. He whipped that thing out that day and that's all we threw. And we had a great time. We had some bluegill. That'll eat you like
Dave, you may be onto something here.
A drop shot 12-inch glide bait. Oh my gosh. No, I mean I just throw it on like an 8-foot, like I said, heavy action rod with some tip on it with a lot of load. And I personally like the backbone on it.
Definitely not a 7.6 medium light spinning rod.
No. But then here's the thing: you can get. I think it was like a Savage Gear glide bait. It was a smaller one, like a 6-inch. You can just throw that on. I would suggest like medium heavy or something with some tip on it.
Is that like the Shine Glide or whatever they are? They've got like the Shine or Golden Shiner. I've actually, dude, I bet you I have one actually.
They work very well in clearer water. This water's pretty clear in this lake. The follows are freaking epic, man. We've seen some really giant fish come out from under them docks.
What do you think it is about glide baits that make them? I mean, is it something about glide baits over like say like a jointed swim bait, like the bull shads, things like that,
like an Esser, that type thing. I think it's just a bigger presence That's what it is. That's what it is, Dave. That's the exact rod I believe I have. And keep that up there for a little bit. For those that want a great glide bait rod,
Yeah.
bigger swim bait rod, that's what you want to throw. I even throw a big, have you seen the Working Class Zero, like the Battle Shads and like the Citizens? They're a bigger swim bait, paddle tail type swim bait, and I throw them on that too. I'll switch up the line. I'll throw 25-pound fluoro for the glide baits, and I'll put like 40-pound braid for those bigger.
I mean, I've got like 6 or 7 Roman maids sitting in a box somewhere too.
Dude, don't throw them.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I would never buy one because I'd be scared I'd throw it.
With swim baits.
Yeah, dude.
Well, I don't know. I think it's a big presence, and I think it makes fish curious. You know, a big fish wants a big bait half the time. Oh, they're at Lake Placid Marine right now. Get them.
Oh.
Get them. And I don't know. I think it's just the presence of a glide bait. It covers more ground, and it just glides, man. It's beautiful. You get the rhythm right on them, and then there's some that aren't they don't glide like that wide, you know, depending on your cadence, you know. And you got slow sink, you got fast sink, you got floaters. Some of them now have like 4 different like ties in the front where you can add speaking of drop shot weights, you can clip on a little drop shot weight to it to give
I'll see myself out.
Lower sink. Yeah, go get all those Roman maids that you don't have. No, I just think it pulls them, man. I just think it draws them out. Shallow water, deep water. I found great success thanks to Ernest. I'm giving you all credit, Ernest, around docks. We have Lake Jackson here in Florida, not the one up in Jacksonville, and it's a clear lake, and you can pull them off of there too with big swim baits. It also lets you know they're there. It's a good bait to know, like, oh my God, all these big fish are coming out from these docks. I may have not caught them this time, but I got a tournament coming up in a week. I can go back up under there and figure them out, maybe on the opposite end, throw a little Ned rig or something, or a swim jig under there and get them to bite, you know.
I mean, I see the guys out in like California throwing like 18-inch glide baits, and I'm like, dude, they're catching like 20-inch fish. I'm like, what on earth is going on right now?
They eat it, bro. Something about them big glides, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, have you ever been on the water and seen like a largemouth bass with another largemouth bass in its mouth, like floating?
Yeah,
and it's too big for them to. Yeah,
they don't care, bro. Like if they're hungry, they're gonna eat. It's insane.
That's like me. I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat.
Me too. Man. I'm starving right now. I think I'm getting tacos tonight, so I'm quite excited. I got a lot of work to do, but I'm excited about the tacos. No, glide baits are cool, man. They're its own thing, though. I tend to throw like stuff on top of grass, muck, and stuff. Like I like to fish shallow. I like to fish fast. Like today, all I threw today was a weightless dye dapper on a 5/0 vector swim bait hook, and I just went to town.
There you go.
And
yeah.
That's just like Ernest said. We had little guys hitting our glide baits. It's a when I glide bait fish, I'm going for the 10 plus. That's my.
When I was younger, I was using, it was like a 12. No, it had to be like a 14 or 15, maybe 16-inch man's worm. It was a man's jelly worm.
Oh, like D1.
Yeah, okay. And I was young, dude, and we were just out at a pond fishing. I caught like a 7.5, 8-inch bass on that thing. Dang. It wanted it. Why? Like, what are you doing?
And you hooked it.
Are you like, I'm a grow today?
I don't know, dude. Bass are freaking savage. I've seen them eat I've seen one eat a blackbird off of a lily pad. That was like watching like a killer whale like spear a freaking seal. Like it was crazy, dude. The whole thing came out. That fish had to be every bit of 15 pounds. That thing was giant. That might have been like Bass Pro Tank big. Like,
jeez.
Like record. I'll never catch this fish. Dude, but it ate a freaking whole blackbird, man. Like the blackbirds are like about the size of one of these. Like it was just insane. Nobody believed me. I mean, my buddy, I was in the freaking kayak. My buddy in the kayak turned around real quick. He's like, "What was that?" I was like, "Dude, a bass just ate a freaking blackbird." Like, shut up. I'm like, oh, nothing fell, dude. Like, what else could it have been? Like, dude, yeah. So I've seen that. I've seen them eat ducks. I've seen them eat tons of lizards. I've never seen him eat a snake, but I've caught one with a snake in its mouth. That scared the crap out of me. I don't know, man. Bass are just savage. Bass are part of the cichlid family, right? Even largemouth bass, or is it? Or are they their
No,
own?
there's sunfish or whatever, not cichlids.
Are you sure? Fact check me right now.
I'm fact checking.
Where's mixing?
Anybody that knows, chime in.
Yeah, please. Now I feel like a fool. I fish for bass. I have no clue where its origins come from. I could have sworn it's part of a cichlid family, which is where its aggression comes from.
Sunfishes.
They're part of a sun.
Centrarchidae. Centrarchidae. That I don't know. I couldn't pronounce that word if my life depended on it.
Well, all I know is bass are freaking aggressive.
Now, peacock bass are part of the cichlid.
Yeah. That I know for a fact, but I don't know anything about the fish I target. Isn't that sad?
That's the way of the world today. No one knows
better than you. I know how to catch them better than you. That's all that matters.
For now. Whatever.
Dude, today I went fishing a little bit in a little community that got freaking sprayed for some reason. They're spraying. That's what I'm saying. Like, they're spraying things that don't even make sense. Like, I don't get it. Either way, I was throwing the dye dapper all day long, weightless. And, I do a lot of things with that dye dapper. I run it on top. I swim it. I slow roll it. Mm-hmm. You can roll it through like grass mats and find the little holes and let that thing die down in there.
Oh, yeah.
Another thing I like to do a lot with them is put a really small, this is a 1/16 ounce flat out tungsten. Ooh. And I don't peg it. I don't peg it when I do it with a dye dapper, and I'll just.
Are you treating it like it's like chasing the weight?
I do that when I know I'm going to be dropping it in holes, if that makes sense. Like, I know I'm going to be running it across some like matted grass, and then I see a little hole, and I want it just to kind of get down in there. So once I stop it over that hole, I'm reeling it, right? So the weight's going to be pegged up against it already based on the fact I'm reeling it. It hits that hole, and it kind of just flutters down in there, and dude, it's almost every time. Like, you can almost call it when you find like the right hole. You'll find the right mix of grass, and smashed it.
I don't think you can call it.
We got to go fishing, and I got to show you.
I don't think you.
I got to show you my skills, Andrew.
Because if you could call it, you would have made the call not to shave.
Oh shit! Up.
I dropped my flip flop.
Listen. Amanda likes me clean, bro. Happy wife, happy life, right? I'll take the punishment. I'll take the punishment for a happy wife.
Anguish is worth it.
It's okay.
Right?
Okay.
No, so let's wrap this up, Joe. We've got the topic of spraying.
We talked about.
We want to know what everybody wants to know about it, what everybody knows about it, what everybody wants to see done about it. I mean.
Yeah, what do you guys want? Obviously, everybody, from what I can tell, nobody wants this, minus the state, right?
Mm-hmm. Facts, Ernest, because if I ain't happy, ain't no one eating in my house.
Oh,
Facts. Boom. Drop that mic.
Okay, as he's like, hey, I might be a little bit late. I'm finishing cooking that dinner. Oh, man. Hey, man. I don't mind cooking every now and then, throwing down. But today, I'm wearing out, dude. I'm freaking done today. No, but yeah, what if you guys know anything? Like, in the comments, drop it in there. Any knowledge, or if you guys have numbers on the cost of this versus that, or vice versa, whatever, let us know.
So, like, what determines them choosing a body of water that they spray? Like, I understand the major waterways, the rivers, things like that. Lakes, I don't understand at all unless it's in the channel, which. Like, focus on the channels then. Don't focus on everything else around it.
Yeah, why aren't you focusing on the paths? Like, to stay on your path. Like,
and if you only focused on the channels, could you not treat it like trash pickup when they're mowing the sides of the roads and just take the airboat down the channel?
Yeah, so that before we leave, that's a good point. Like, okay, if that's the case, then why are we still cutting grass? Right? Why are we wasting money on cutting grass? Just go kill it all, right?
Dude. It's
right. That's a good point, dude. I've never thought of it like that. Why do we still cut grass? Is this going to grow back?
Yeah.
Essentially the same thing. Like, so start killing all of our grass too, right?
Or kill all of the species that are invasive or accidentally introduced into our waterways or wildlife or anything. I don't know. I'm just not happy with it at all. And I can go on. I'm going to educate myself a little bit more and figure out, like, I want to look at the documents that you can download, because you can literally download like the play-by-play plan of what they're doing on each body of water and why they're doing it.
And they're
everyone I've read says the invasive species, it requires removal. Like, does it?
Not in my opinion, man. Fishing, in my opinion, has and it's a combination, right? Like you spray and then Corona happens. Everybody wants to fish. Great. Come fishing, right? But now there's no good places to fish. Like
look at a dirt road. Look at a dirt road that's in the forest. If you don't navigate that road after a while, what happens? It gets grown up. It grows over. So people just need to get out and fish more and navigate the waterways, and we ain't gonna have none of these problems.
That's right. Leave our grass alone. Us as boaters will take care of cutting our trails, right? And just leave us alone.
Yeah.
Leave us alone. Start raking it again, or do the Joe and Andrew plan that we're gonna present.
And is it so? Also, God dang it, I can go on for this.
Me too.
Does it have to do with like motors that operate on like an intake jet propulsion thing? Like, do you think that there's like a lobbyist somewhere that's like talking about that, because all that vegetation that's in the channel gets sucked up into their motors? And do you think that kills like a demographic of sales potential that's large enough to advocate for any sort of vegetation removal? I mean, where does the basis come from that it's got to be removed from the channel, especially if it's free floating and moving?
I don't know.
Like, why wouldn't they just spot treat it once it starts adding up on a bend somewhere that starts intruding the thing? Like,
yeah. And just like you said, though, then if it's about making the water navigable, what about the places where you don't need to navigate? Like, unless you're fishing, like, why are you spraying those? Like, why did you spray the monkey box?
Right. Like how do we infiltrate?
Why are you spraying? Like, what the heck? Like, no one's in there jet skiing. Like, or like, no one's in there freaking water skiing.
Is there any regulations on spraying in or around like bird sanctuaries, like Audubon Bird Society, things like that?
I have no clue. I would hope, but I mean, the Kissimmee thing, destroyed, bro. Barren. Dude, I've seen the wildlife. I've fished these lakes. I fished this Topoga. The water clarity's not there like it used to be. It's tough to find cleaner water. Those are the facts, man. Those are just straight up facts. And you can't blame it on hurricanes. You can't blame it on this, that, low water, high water. Yeah. It never happened until this started happening. It just is what it is. It's a result of what's happening. There's got to be a better way. Like I said, it's 2021. We got electric vehicles. There's an electric truck out there. The Honda Ridgeline has a refrigerator and freezer inside of it, right? But you can tell me you can't figure out how to safely remove invasive aquatic vegetation and keep our waters clean?
Oh, I can't figure out how to safely remove a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old from my house. So
you can't, bro. You're stuck with those things.
That's what I'm saying. Are we stuck with weeds? Like, should we just accept it? I feel like we can't accept it. I feel like we need to do something about it.
Yeah, this is bad. It impacts a lot. I think the impact of it say it's the boat motor thing, right? Like the inboards and stuff like that. Maybe it damages those. You can't tell me that cost is more than the loss of like revenue and stuff for some of these guides and like the red tide, and restaurants, and no one wants to come eat this, the fish. Like, dude, there's so much that goes into it, right? People come here from all over to watch and view these birds and stuff that aren't no longer there.
It's going to kill tourism. I mean, it's already impacted tourism greatly.
Right. And it's kind of a catch-22, I guess. Thank God for COVID, because it just shot everybody outdoors. So it almost, dare I say, balanced it out, because nobody wanted to go fishing. Nobody wanted to eat those fish. Everybody was freaked out about it. So
yeah, I will say there's a lot higher percentage of guys holding spinning rods upside down.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
We need to fight that one too.
That's a huge battle we got to figure out. I've seen too many TikToks and Facebook posts on the upside down spinning rods. Just so you guys know who are holding them upside down, you could totally flip that thing around and just move it to the other side. You should be fine. You don't have to hold it upside down if you don't like.
Yeah, if it's a left-handed or right-handed thing, you can move that handle. They made them that way on purpose.
It's up to you. It's foolproof, but apparently not. And that's where we're at. That's why we're spraying lakes instead of just picking the weeds. Dude, that's a good idea though, to to spread the love and let these water clearing places like come in there and do what they do without killing everything.
Yeah, I mean, if you gave each of them like a quarterly quota of waterways just to check,
like this is your area, manage it,
dude.
Here's some money, right? Sure, sign me up, state. It's a state paying job. Of course, I'd do it. Like, why would I not?
No, absolutely.
Let's end it. I'm done with this.
So we will be on tonight at 8:30 p.m. with Freddie Odell from Big Boys Bait and Tackle.
Boy.
Yeah,
I'm excited. I'm a
little scared after what Dave's told me.
Why?
Freddie's a guy that has no filter.
Is he coming at my neck?
He might come at your neck, dude. He might tell you to come down and get it tatted up because he's got that tattoo shop right next door.
Dude, I should get a sick tattoo. I should get a sick tattoo. What should I get?
You should get a fishing lure right here,
like a whopper plopper.
A whopper plopper with that hook just in it.
I should get, or I should just get like giraffe print, like just up my neck, just giraffe print. Yes, colored.
That's
yellow,
the one.
Yellow and brown. But I don't know. The whopper plopper is pretty badass. Maybe I'll do that.
It'd be hilarious. Like it'd be even better if you could get that 3D style that if you look at it from one direction, like whoa,
and like a little blood, and just like run into like bait stores and be like, guys, like oh my god, yeah, maybe I will. Damn, that would hurt too, man. My neck's skinny, bro. Like my Adam's apple is right there. It's big. You'd probably puncture my Adam's apple. Surprised the whopper would take me out. Either way, guys, we'll be back 8:30. We'll have Mr. Dave on. We'll have Big Boys Bait and Tackle on. We'll probably all get made fun of. So if you want to see that, join.
It'll happen. I'm gonna wear long sleeves. I'm not going up against someone that's gonna be like, why you got that?
Dude, I'm gonna wear a
sick scarf.
I gotta get a sick scarf. I'll figure something out.
Scarf.
Yeah, man. I gotta do something, man. I gotta have some type of prop. And that's what.
Could you imagine? I am ready for a live feed tonight, gentlemen.
Yeah, I'll get some tea and crumpets. Guys, tonight, 8:30, tune back in. Carlos, I know you're coming in late. We're back at 8:30, bud. If you know anything about spraying, let us know about it because we want to know any facts or any numbers or whys or whats or reasons or rhymes. Let us know. We're very curious. We know a little bit. We know it sucks for fishing, but that's about all we know. And we know there's a lot of angry anglers and just people that enjoy the state and nature, upset about it as well. And I can see why totally. Somebody show me a reason to say, okay, state, I get it, because I've yet to find a reason.
I don't think there is one other than money.
As much as I hate to say it, I love the state of Florida. There's a lot of positive I know that they do. But this is a big negative. In my opinion. Again, state of Florida is awesome. They do a lot of cool stuff, man, and they try to help us out as much as they can. But this one's just a no-go, guys. No one likes it, trust me. So until 8:30, see you guys.
See you.